Hi guys, your girl Jay with your Not-so-midday Message. I hope you guys had a happy Saturday. By the time you get this message, it'll probably be Sunday, but it's okay. This message is meant for Sunday anyway, right? So, I'm going to jump right into the message so you know what that means. Humor me, all right? So we all go to the doctor, right? And we go to the doctor, and sometimes after our checkup, they'll tell us we're okay. Sometimes they might say, I might need to see you in 6 months instead of a year. Sometimes I might tell you I need to give you a prescription. I need to up your dosage, lower your dosage, send you to a specialist. You might need surgery, so on and so forth, right? And on the way home, we processing it. And in processing it, sometimes we need to phone a friend. We need to call somebody and have a conversation about it, right? Or we might do the worst thing that we could ever do, Dr. Google RX. Because with Dr. Google RX, everybody dying. 24 to 48 hours, 72 tops, we out of here, right? Or we go to another doctor for a second opinion. The reason why we do all of these things is to make sure that what the doctor told us was correct and that we're going in the right direction when it comes to our health, right? Because health is wealth. That's what they say, right? Health is wealth, right? I need us to start doing that with our spiritual health, right? I know we're supposed to trust our leaders the way we trust our doctors, but the same as doctors can make mistakes, so can our leaders, right? And we have to make it a practice that after we go and fellowship and worship and learn the word or receive the word, and it's put on our plate for us to ingest, digest, and become a part of our, feed our spiritual stomach, that what we're receiving is correct, right? We have to go home, research it, right? Read the word, make sure that everything is copacetic, everything is in alignment, right? Best way to put this is go to a barbecue and someone makes you a plate. Here you go. And you look at the plate. You start to inspect the plate, right? Sometimes you look at that plate and you're like, I'll take this to go. Sometimes you look at the plate and you're like, I'll eat this, this, and this, but I want that. Sometimes you look at that plate and you be like, yeah, that's what I said. I need a to-go plate for my mom, my sister, my brother, my husband, knowing all them places for you. Because that bad boy is on point. Like, you need this today, tomorrow, and the next day, right? And sometimes you have a mother like mine that you don't even have to look at the plate. You just have to look at her face. Because sis sitting across the table and she like this. She gonna kill me for this. I'm gonna get a phone call. She gonna be like, little girl, that's how you do me? But she do this. She makes sure nobody's looking and she be like, You know why she doing that? Because whatever's on that plate was either not made correctly, the person can't cook, the house nasty, and you have no business eating what they giving you. Because she knows you eat that, you gonna be sick for 7 to 10 business days, and she gonna have to clean up behind you, right? The difference between flesh food poisoning and spiritual food poisoning is when you get over in a couple of days, right? And the second one, you can become really sick. It can take you a while, right, to get over it, right? And the reason why it could take you a while to get over it is because you're going back to the same preparer. You're going back to the same person fixing your meals. And you just keep eating it and eating it and eating it. And the reason why that can become dangerous is because you've become accustomed to it. So now you don't even realize that you have food poisoning. You're starting to think it's indigestion and gas, or maybe it has a little bit too much pepper in it, ketchup, hot sauce, whatever the case may be. Like, you start remedying it yourself, right? And you start doing at-home medications, at-home remedies, over-the-counter, to make sure that, you can still stomach it. You can find a way to make your stomach feel better, right? Another example I could give you of how you do this is you go to somebody's house. I like to eat. You always go back to food with me, so whatever, all right? You like to eat. You go to somebody's house. They offer you some chicken. You look at that chicken, and that chicken is mayonnaise. That chicken white. Not a bit of color, all right? And you like, I'm good. Your stomach growling. Your stomach touching your back. You're hungry. But you know that chicken is missing a lot of work, right? But then there's somebody that lives in the house, and you would swear that that chicken touched the hem of Jesus' garment the way they eating it, and it was seasoned in gold. And they just are eating, and it's good, and they probably go back for seconds. And you like, how in the name? Like, where they do that at, Sway? Like, they ain't no way that chicken is good. It's impossible. Listen, that is the work of the devil. That is black magic. Like, there's no reason anybody should be eating that and saying that that is good. And when we would go places and we would experience that, we would turn to our mother and be like, Ma, that chicken wasn't good. Like, and you see how they was eating it? And she'd be like, they've been eating that so long that their stomach has become accustomed to it, and they don't know any difference by now. But if you go and eat that chicken, you're going to be sick in 2.2 seconds. They're not going to be sick because that's what they're used to. That's good to them. Their stomach is used to that. Their stomach made of iron. That's what you say. They got a strong stomach. Their stomach made of iron. But you know good food. You was raised on good food. So that would tear you apart. So you leave that people and they food alone. You stay over there, right? You leave them there and you stay over there, right? Be very careful with that, because sometimes we think we're going for the message, but we're going for the man, right? And everything that comes out of that leadership mouth is gospel. They do no wrong, they say no wrong, because they are man of God. And as they may be a man of God, they are a man, which means that they are flawed. And the only man that walked this earth that was perfect was Jesus Christ himself, right? So which means leadership can make mistakes. Some leadership make mistakes on purpose. Some leadership, honestly, it's just a error on their part, right? And they really don't know that they're wrong, and they're not doing it to be deceitful, and they really have a good heart, but they did what men do. Make mistakes. We trip up sometimes, right? And how we could protect ourselves from that is doing exactly what the Bible says. Test the spirit by the spirit, right? 1 John 4, verses 1 through 6 speaks about this, right? It speaks about that we have to do our own research, right? It tells us, it urges Christians, right, to discern whether the spiritual teachings, prophecies, or influence is originated from God or from deception. It's for us to evaluate all messages against the Bible rather than blindly believing them, and it gives you the ability to identify false teachers, right? Walk by faith, not by sight, is not for man to man. That's for man to God, right? That's what that's for. We're not supposed to follow man blindly, right? Because if we follow man blindly, we will fall. That's it. That is all. If someone gives you something on your plate, you inspect it before you ingest it. Because you know you can't eat from every and anybody's house. You can't eat off of any and everybody's plate. You have to see where it's coming from. Make sure it was made correctly. They follow the recipes. The temps was correct. Internal temperatures was correct. There's no pink in the chicken. There's this, you understand what I'm saying? It's not mayonnaise chicken. It was cooked correctly. It was fed to you in love and organically. It was organically done. It wasn't done. They wasn't adding no extras in it. Right? Because organic means it's in its natural form, right? Anything else is processed. And if it's processed, a lot of processed foods is not good for you. It causes other ailments. You see where I'm going with that? So you have to make sure where you're getting fed from is not going to give you spiritual food poisoning. It's not going to give you spiritual diarrhea. It's not going to make you spiritually upchuck. It's not. It's going to be the best that you can receive here on this earth, right? So I'm not saying go against your leaders. I'm not saying go and fight with them. I'm not saying go and sit down in the people's church and I'm going to find what's wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is whatever's given to you, respectfully take and research it. Research it. Research it. Because you don't want to get so sick to the point that you get accustomed to it and you further away from God than you knew. Right? So, that's the first thing I want y'all to do on today. Because it's probably Sunday by the time I post this, right? It's going to be midnight. Second thing I want you to do is go back to Thursday's post. Thursday's post is the Dizzy Gillespie's post, right? It's called Fruit and Marriage. It was done by my husband and I, right? And so Thursdays and Sundays, you'll see both of us. Sundays, you'll just see him for G's midday message. G's Sunday inspiration. And all week, the rest of the other days, you'll see me doing Jae's Not-so-midday message. So, with that being said, this is Jae's Not-so-midday message. Until I see you on Monday, peace.